So let's be clear what he's talking about here. He is claiming
check.
that people are covering for an SA event, and that if you watch them, attend their events, or support them,
no
you're willfully ignorant and part of the
be
problem.
right here.
So if you do that for someone who's covering up an event, you're part of the problem.
Be right here. No fear. Y'all know the SWV shit. I might put the SWV shit on real quick. What up, y'all? Somebody tell Joe he is so bitch made, bro. I'm right here, bro. Bro man won't drop me a link. I keep asking bro man, you talking all types of smack about me, bro. Please drop me a link so I could come onto your stream right now and I can simul stream it onto my shit and we can chop this up and work it out. Motherfucker said he's willing to talk to me. What's up? Talk to me. How many times I gotta pull up on you? Somebody go drop the link to Joe to my stream. Somebody tell Joe I'm live right now. Somebody tell Joe I'm live right now, Joe. Come on, bro.
Screen to show this.
Bro, I'm here, bro. I'm live right now. Tell me if y'all drop me a link on Discord.
Well, I don't even need to show this because it's not important.
Drop me a link on Discord.
Let's talk about Dr. J. Bundy.
Hit up my
He's
DMs.
A professor in the biology department at Seton Hall University.
Am not.
He's an assistant professor.
Am not.
And,
lies.
Or maybe he's a full professor. Hell, I don't know.
Lies.
It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with that.
Lies.
Let's talk about people that cover up for events and then you being part of the problem. So I don't know if you know this, guys. Let me get this on screen. Seton Hall University is a Catholic school. It's a private Catholic school. And it's notable for one reason for that. Seton Hall University has been embroiled in controversy regarding the handling of sexual abuse, specifically involving a concealed 2019 internal report, allegations against former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick, and claims that current President Monsignor Joseph Riley failed to report misconduct. A 2025 court order forced the release of 20,000 pages detailing findings. Seton Hall commissioned a report by law firm Latham and Watkins in 2019 regarding clergy abuse, but kept it hidden for years.
Yeah, I worked at a Catholic university with controversy.
Essex County judge ordered the university to release.
Oh, I sure did. I guess that makes me a hypocrite.
I
don't even work there.
Who's part of the problem now?
I literally don't work there. Oh my god, that's so funny. It's so funny. I don't work there. I don't work there, and I don't work there because I was not down with it.
Your logic and your
I literally
words.
Protested that shit.
This is what you said, Jeff. Now, I'm not encouraging anything about that. In fact, quite the opposite.
Yes, y'all.
I'm not trying.
Come harass me because I work at Seton Hall.
Like
Please come harass me because I work at Seton Hall. That I
care
don't work
about
out.
what he's saying.
Oh, he cares, y'all. He cares so much. He's got to care about Seton Hall, but he can't. He got to call out Seton Hall.
Say something like that. Well, you work for a place that just last month had to release all this stuff because they covered up for sexual abuse. That's who you work for. That's who you represent.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't even tell him I don't work there. Let him figure it out. Just give him time. Give him time. But y'all see how they do the whistleblowers. I can dox your place of employment.
All right.
I see you, Joe. I see you, Joe.
Guys.
Joe, where you at, bro? Hang on. Let me see if I can hit this man up on Discord. Bruh, do I have messages with Joe? I gotta have some fucking DMs with Joe on fucking Discord. Let's go. Where's Joe? I don't. Oh
They
God.
sat there and bitched.
Oh,
Because
he
Linda
probably
Jordan
removed me from
did,
Discord,
like,
so I
this,
can't
I
message
don't even
him.
know what kind of dance you want to call it. If it's a strip
Oh,
tease
y'all know how
or
these
what.
bitch made
I don't
niggas act. They
know.
talk all tough, but they like, I cut you
Whatever.
off, I blocked you.
And sat and bitched about people being sex workers and making OnlyFans videos and stuff, while some of the very people involved there did the same stuff. But it's
Yes, and the
okay for
point is
them
that
and
they didn't
not
fucking
for the
call it
others.
out.
I
Oh
don't.
God, he's dumb.
I don't really
Y'all,
understand.
he's really dumb. I'm gonna just call it. I'm gonna just call it. He dumb. He
Yeah, that's a
dumb.
debit card.
He's dumb.
I don't
Whoops.
really understand that.
Yeah, bro, I'm a college professor. You need to come. You need to come. You need to come
But
sit in class, bro. You need to get
and I don't know
smart.
why it's a problem saying that you're
No,
sexualizing
Robin, why did
something
you tell
and
him? Robin
whatever.
is so bitch made. Robin, I don't want Robin. Why would you do that?
It's let's take a look at some other stuff that was sent to me concerning this very thing. And then I will say a few words and we'll get this done and be done with it. And that'll be the end unless somebody wants to come and challenge me that those were not lies told about me.
Bitch, I'm trying to challenge you, but
you didn't lie and
I
be
don't
a
think.
hypocrite.
I guess I'm
if you want
blocked.
to come and say that you didn't lie about me, you didn't quote mine me, which I just demonstrated that you fucking did, or you want to say that
Are
you're not a
y'all
hypocrite sitting
seeing
here
this
doing
shit?
these things, because obviously
Why is he ignoring us?
your goals aren't where you say they are.
No, yes they are.
Liar.
You're such a bitch ass nigga.
You're exploiting this woman,
bro.
for your
I
own
am right here
gain, without even talking to her.
Without even talking to her.
You're a fucking scientist. Is that the standard of evidence?
Yo,
is
that
so
how we do it bitch now? Made.
Well, somebody said it, so like it's obviously true.
Let me see. Let me see if I can get him on this channel.
That it was
y'all, can y'all see me in this chat?
Yeah. Is that how we do things now? You're not a scientist. You're a theist. You're a theist that works at a Catholic university that covers up sexual abuse crimes, while you go on the internet and yell at other people for the same fucking thing. You piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, he blocked all my accounts.
God.
You blocked all my accounts.
And see, I didn't want to do any of this.
And you blocked it. Yo, somebody tell him to drop a link. I'm not even fucking playing with y'all. Why do I not see anybody in his motherfucking chat telling him I am live right now and I'm asking for a fucking link? Y'all letting him talk this fucking shit about me. I am telling you right now in real time. Y'all see he blocks me. I put Pocket Locker messages. The shit, he won't show the shit. My Hunter Biden's laptops account has all my fucking accounts blocked.
Man.
How many times do I have to say, bro, I'm right here? Somebody in my motherfucking chat, go over right now.
Just because the people that were being listened to, the people that were saying you should go do this and do that and all this stuff.
What the fuck is, why is YouTube broken? Like, what is so hard about this? We're the only
ones that care. We're the accountability crew. Well, here I got some shit for you to be accountable for, okay? Let's see if you do this.
Wait, did it close out my thing?
I have these, and if anybody wants to see them, I'll show them to you. I know they're small in here. Let me see if I can make it at least big enough that you can see it. Yeah, there we go.
Cause he called me a lie to my face. Like, come on. And now he gonna play all this bullshit from Tsunami, dog.
Girl, you are dumb, because honestly, I feel like you need to have the shit slapped out of you for defending a fucking rapist. What the fuck kind of bitch does that? And you're a danger to other women and your fucking child. Bitches like you shouldn't be around your own kid. You were trash, no different than the fucking Christians you obsess over. You dumb bitch. You're coddling and crowding the fucking rapist while the victim sits on the pews. You're a piece of shit, and I'll knock your ass out if I ever see you at one of these little dumb cunt conventions. And let your fucking rapist buddy know I'll put him in the hospital if he shows his face at any convention or any other gathering overall community. This is a crime. Let's be clear. That's a crime. These people care so much that they're going to go out to anybody that questions anything and commit crimes.
This is such a bitch move, bro.
Fucking Just hypocrite. It's so crazy that this is how this
Bro, I
was
said
handled.
drop a fucking
Like,
link, bro.
This is
Come
peak
see me,
ridiculousness.
bro.
I'm
Oh
glad
my
it's the last
goodness.
day of the year. Let's get this shit done and move on to something that makes some fucking sense.
Come on, bro.
This
Bro, I'm
fucking
not here. I'm
drama
not
and
even here to play,
bullshit all the
bro.
time. You got to be fighting with
Bro, I
somebody,
got shit to
don't
do.
you?
I ain't got all day for this shit to listen to this bullshit.
I know all about all you filthy trash bags crowding around this piece of shit to shelter him.
Yep, there you
Trust
go.
I'm
There
gonna
you go,
let everyone
Sue.
know who the fuck you people are.
God damn, what a friend.
And I'm not gonna read AJ's message.
No, of course you're not gonna read AJ's message. Video footage. She mentioned it in that message right there. Video footage that don't exist, but these motherfuckers don't want to. They don't want to talk about. Joe,
Hate watch all you
he
want,
invited
bitches.
me
I don't care.
on. Oh,
I
now
know
I'm hate watching.
Hi.
Bitch, I'm going in on another man. This shit, man.
I was at
Let me pull
NanoCon
up
too.
another fucking account, bro. I'm tired of this motherfucker.
I'm fully aware of all the details, including the outcome
Shit,
of 2
I'll go in
separate
on the Skeptic Haven
investigations, which
channel.
included
Who
video
gives a
footage
fuck?
from the hotel and DA wanting to file charges and Nancy. Nah. I'm not going to get into that one. Sorry. You're watching me. You want a link? You want to come tell me that you didn't lie?
I thought this bitch May would never do it. Oh my goodness, he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Unless you gonna do it. 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 Unless you gonna do it.
Come on.
Where's the link?
Accountability crew, right?
Yeah, where's it at?
You want to talk about accountability? Let's do it. Come and tell me I'm wrong. You owe this community an apology. You owe me an apology, honestly. Because you took my words out of context to make them say something I wasn't even talking about. Why? Why should anyone believe anything you say? Global Atheist, is this one of you guys that's wanting the link? I will give it to you. No, you know what, Ryan, you're right. How are we to resolve this? Because they insisted on splitting us. My stream that he used to try and say I was saying something I wasn't, which I very clearly showed you. My stream that I showed you that on,
bitch ass nigga.
That's what that was attempting to do. Was trying to let these things be worked out so we can. Okay, yeah, I got you. Kyle, you're not. No, that was for Jay, not Sue and Kyle. Nope. You guys committed crimes. You know that, right? What you did is illegal. So you're talked about as heroes out committing crimes. Yeah, right. You could be right about everything that you've claimed. I don't know. I wasn't there. Neither were you. And you haven't talked to anybody that actually was. But I'm not saying that's a reason to say none of this happened. I don't know what happened. That's why I haven't. That's why you have such a hard time determining my. That's why you have such a hard time determining what my position is, because I was letting these things play out. I had no problem with saying, hey, someone's been accused of something. But whenever you take on a project like this, you have to handle it correctly, and you just didn't. You didn't give a shit either. You got so much stuff wrong. You said Arden Hart wrote a book she didn't. You had the wrong fucking lawyer on screen. Like, you didn't care about getting this right. All you cared about was getting on there and causing the fight you've been trying to cause for so long. And I hate that. I really do. I don't like any of that. I don't take any pleasure in this at all, Jay. I respect you, honestly. I respect your education and that you teach things to other people to prevent them from being raised in the same shit I was. To give them the information to be able to make a better decision. That's why I was ecstatic when you wanted to ecstatic. I don't even know the fucking word. I shouldn't be using it. That's why I was excited whenever you wanted to come speak at the art protest. I wanted you there. And I had a good time talking with you. I think you had a lot to offer. I loved your speech. I agree with you on almost everything. Why you got to handle it like this? Why you got to do it? Why is this where we're at? Why did you quote mine me and put my stuff on screen? Why'd you do that? Because you know I didn't say the thing you said I did. I know you're aware. Like, it's hard to miss. I say it right after that, which you cut that part off, right? It's not the first time I've dealt with this, you know. This is how theists behave all the time. Quote mine you and say you said something you didn't. And it's your behavior that's the problem. I'm not giving you a link for Sue and Kyle to come in here. You guys have openly threatened people, illegally threatened people in this community with personal threats, talking about pointing guns at people and spitting teeth and beating people's asses and all that stuff. I'm not bringing you on. You're not welcome here. If Jay wants to come talk about what he did, I will. I'm not giving you a link, Somali. No way. You have nothing to say. So this is Jay, just Jay. I'm going to drop this link. I'm just going to kick you if it's not Jay.
God damn, I thought this bitch ass nigga would never do it. All right, here we go. All right, let me get my shit set up real quick.
Yes, I did block all your accounts. You promoted stalking people and harassing people, and said that people that made threats were heroes. You stood by the things that were said. Well, I'll wait for you to get here.
Is that going to cause a loop? Let me see. If that goes out there, I got to make it go into there. No, I guess I could just share tab audio. That should be fine. And I'll share this tab instead. All right, I'll be right there. I'm going to go pee
entire
real
community.
Quick.
And then set and attacked and let her go on for 20 minutes cussing the shit out of people. I gave him the link. Yeah, I blocked Jay's account and Hunter Biden's laptops, so that's why he's here in a different account. I'll tell you everybody I blocked. I blocked Jay, and I blocked Sue, and I blocked Kyle, and I blocked. There was somebody else I blocked. I didn't block PC from watching the channel or anything. I removed her as managing moderator because she knowingly sat there and took part in a stream where he lied about me. She used messages and stuff from chat. She used her mod abilities. She abused it. That's how it is. What exaggerated accusations have I made here today? Theoretically, up, man?
You tell me, homeboy.
Why'd you lie about me, man?
I didn't fucking lie about you. You goddamn know. You ain't never heard me tell a motherfucking lie in my life, and you motherfucking.
You want me to play the video?
No,
again?
Bitch, I seen the whole video. Let the people watch the video. Let the people watch the video. You did what I said you did, Joe. You made it. Shut up. Let me. You spent 3 hours fucking talking about me.
Yeah, it's my channel.
All right, I don't give a shit. You want to hear what I got to say or not?
Go for it.
Bitch, you sat up there in that stream. I watched this like an hour and a half fucking stream. I watched the whole thing. I've watched it multiple times, my guy. You didn't speak out about what happened about Nancy.
No.
You didn't hear any names. So, bro, let me finish. We literally couldn't even tell what side you're on. You're so, there's stuff going on. And to make a long story short, in that moment, you absolutely were referring to letting all the drama die. You absolutely were referring to maintaining order. You absolutely were making it like the comments and the divisiveness was the problem, and we need to be united as a community. You absolutely used Purple's stream, upcoming Christmas stream marathon as an excuse to say, let's stop talking about this. Purple stream is coming up. We want to all get along. And I was very clear in what I said about you. First off, I only snipped out a clip from you because that was the most relevant part where you said directly the thing that was the most problematic. If you don't stop, I don't want to hear it. If you don't understand that I had a lot. No, I had a lot of, again, Joe, like, you're supposed to be a skeptic. You're supposed to be a skeptic. We're supposed to be a friend. So take it on good faith, bro. I'm telling you right now to your face. I'm right here on your channel telling you to your, I'm telling you to your face right now, bro. I had a lot of, do you see how long that stream was? Stream was 5 hours, bro. And I didn't even go through all I didn't even read through all the threads. I didn't even read through all the replies. I didn't read through all, what y'all saw last night was like, maybe a tenth of the motherfucking receipts we got. Joe, I have so much shit on this. It's fucking embarrassing, bro.
Trust me, bro. Right.
You don't have to trust me. It's going to come out, but I think I showed you enough. We showed you enough. We showed you enough to see that after all them people were saying Nancy wasn't supposed to be talking about it, that Patty, in fact, had her permission to talk. What do y'all think we're getting this stuff from? I'm close with Patty. Like, what do you, like the fact that y'all...
Patty there?
Yes, she was one of the people that she came to. The only people that were there were SR and Nancy. So I don't know why you play this game. Like, the people you're hearing from, they weren't there. Patty was staying in a room with her. Joe, come on. Joe, really, tell me this, Joe. Did SR assault Nancy, yes or no?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Then you're not paying attention, Joe. Then you're not paying attention, bro. And the fact that you can't say it, that says a lot, man. Because it says...
Can I address some of the things you've said?
Go for it.
I don't think that, and I don't, the reason that I haven't said anything about that specifically and why it seems like I'm riding some kind of fence on it is because I'm honestly telling you, I don't know. I think it's fine to come and say, hey, there's been accusations.
Why don't you know, Joe?
Because I don't think it's been sufficiently shown.
So if that, how do you not think it's been sufficiently shown, bro? Did you not see her text? What are her texts? What are her texts crying about the case not going forward, saying he's gonna get away with it again, calling him a woman beater? Yeah, see, why is there a million excuses, bro? Like, yo, dude, SR threw her. I hope you know SR.
I'm not saying nothing happened. I'm not saying that.
You're trying to protect your ass. I think you know this happened, but you won't say it.
Because I can absolutely show you that where I've talked about this and I've said, I think something probably happened, but I don't know what happened.
So if something probably happened, let's just leave it as something probably happened, right? Why shouldn't people be talking about it? I get people are trying to say, well, does she want to talk about it? But y'all have to understand, and I hate to say this, y'all, a lot of y'all, we have been calling y'all out for good reason. And I'm going to say this as kindly as I can. A lot of y'all do not have the expertise, the education, or the lived experience for these issues. You brought up me being a professor, but I'm also more than that, bro. I'm a black man. I've had to live that life that you don't know what it's like to be a minority in a predominantly white space.
Absolutely. And we can have that discussion.
Okay. I'm also a community organizer, bro. I've worked, all these people throwing around this legal shit. I've worked in the legal department for the city of New York. I used to work in the prosecutors and sit in criminal trials every fucking day. So a lot of people talking a lot of legal, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know you do, which is why we're so fucking ashamed of you. But anyway, bro, like
I haven't been talking about
y'all don't
legal.
have the sociological expertise. You don't have these things. Some of y'all do, and that's why Maya's ass was called out, because Maya is supposed to understand these things. Maya is supposed to have a certain level of education and sophistication. But
you don't accept anything from anyone that should know these things. You don't accept.
I do accept it from them. They've shown us nothing that anybody has shown is anything but a bunch of shit that happened before and a bunch of shit that happens after. And these people keep talking about a video that doesn't exist, Joe. So again, people keep saying Patty and Nancy are lying. What were we supposed to do other than go on and show, here are the people saying Patty and Nancy are lying, and here's the evidence that Patty and Nancy are not lying. And what did y'all do? Instead, all we wanted, people keep saying we're clouded, all we wanted y'all to do.
You didn't show evidence, Jay. You showed anecdotal shit of Patty saying this and Patty saying that. Like, I get what you're saying, but you understand that that's not like the standard of evidence.
But bro, you understand that doesn't exist, right? Like, how
so you don't get to try it,
dude? You're talking about other people setting on faith. You are literally up here right now on your stream acting like because we don't have the video footage, we can't say it happened. But you're missing the evidence that I'm telling you. What I'm talking about is there have been a bunch of people saying that there is video evidence exonerating him. And then y'all same motherfuckers are turning around saying, we can't prove it happened because there is no video evidence. Joe, this is brain dead bullshit, bro. I'm trying to keep it real with you like I would have kicked it real with you. And I'm saying, Joe, back up off out of this, bro. Back up off out of this, bro. You're not on the right side of this. And do not ever call me a liar. Do not ever call me a liar, because I did not lie. Joe, you said what I said you did. Joe, I'm gonna just tell the audience, watch the fucking stream. Watch the fucking stream. And let's put this on it. Go
watch my stream, yeah.
Go watch our stream.
Yeah,
but how about this? How about this? How about this? We put some stakes on it. If I'm right, they stop watching you. How about that?
Fine.
Okay, cool. Go back and watch his stream, and you tell me he's not telling us to shut up. And I didn't say that you were telling people. I said that you were telling people to stop talking about what happened because you wanted unity, you wanted peace, and it was a rhetoric thing. Joe, I'm gonna just put it to you like this, bro. I'm not. You act like I'm the only person who saw it. I saw it. Other people saw it. PC saw it. He was the most outraged about it. There's a lot of people outraged, Joe, and everybody got the same impression, bro. And we watched
they were outraged.
All right, cool.
You pulled it out of context and said,
bro, it wasn't out of context. Yes, what I'm trying to address is the larger. Shut up, Joe. I'm trying to address the larger community narrative, and part of Okay, Joe. No, here's the thing. Here's the problem with you and the rest of the fucking flying monkeys.
Yeah. Right.
There's so much going on, and you make it all about y'all, and that is the most bitch made shit.
You're joking, right?
Joe, you're doing a 2-hour stream because I showed like a 10-second clip of you telling people
attacking people for everything other than this for fucking 30 minutes. I had nothing to do with any of this.
What are you talking about?
The setting and the going on, white people, this and that, and this motherfucker's a pussy.
That has everything to do. That's everything to do with this. That had everything to do with this. Y'all, Joe, I hate to say this, but you're really dumb. Like, you're just not. Yeah, you just don't have.
You're okay with those?
You're just doing this debate, bro. Bullshit. Like, honestly,
did I not just show direct threats made by the people that you say are fucking heroes? Did I not just show that,
bro? I see a lot of internet shit talking, bro. Like, you're
threatening to beat people up.
Let me ask you this. What are we talking about with this incident? What is the alleged incident, Joe?
I'm not talking about the incident.
I know. I know you're not. I asked you a question about the alleged incident. What is the alleged incident, Joe?
There's an accusation against secularity.
What is the accusation, Joe? What is the accusation, Joe?
Threw her down the stairs and assaulted her.
Okay. The bigger problem is Sumami saying mean things to AJ. Okay. Just checking. I'm just wanting to know what the priorities are. I just wanted to check the priorities. I just wanted to know what the priorities are.
You know, we say we're on the left, and there's a way that this is handled, right? And we
y'all are not on the left. I don't say y'all are on the left. I would never say y'all are on the left. I know y'all claim to be on the left. I know you say you're on the left, but I don't think you're leftist. I don't think this is how leftists behave. I think what happens, and I'm not trying to be mean, Joe. I think a lot of you're recently deconverted. You grew up really fundamental, hardcore.
You don't know anything about
it. I know what you say.
You don't know, recently deconverted. I've been an atheist for
Whatever,
like
Joe.
12
My
years.
point is by way of lived experience, bro. I just think y'all give yourselves credit for being on the left and being leftist, but to be honest, you take up a lot of space and you're really white liberals. And in a lot of ways, you hold us back. And yes, I do think a lot of these motherfuckers, especially in this atheist community, y'all are problematic white liberals. And yes, you move in proximity to white
Fair
power.
point.
All this debate, bro, bullshit. Show me the evidence.
I
I
don't
need
know
the
what
receipts. And then you're, Joe, I'm just telling you what it is, man. And honestly, my point is you are a minor character in this, a very minor character. I'm just trying to say what I'm saying. I'm not going to play your fucking hour-and-a-half stream. Yes, I clipped you. That's fair game, bro. Whatever you say, but
I clipped you.
Okay, but I'm just saying I didn't clip you out of context. And whether you're gonna keep, I know you're not gonna admit that. No, I didn't. So I'm gonna let the people watch. But I just wanted to be recorded that I came and showed up and told you to your face. I didn't clip you out of context. And I'm telling you right now, both the context of which I clipped you and the context of which I used the clip. The context of which I clipped you is in fact a long thing of you trying to minimize and convince people to stop talking about this. Now, I'm not saying you did that to hurt Nancy or to be a SA apologist or any of that. I'm literally saying you did it, and I'm being as charitable as I can because, like many other people in this community, you are uncomfortable talking about what happened. And yes, maybe even confused or not knowing what all the facts are until you had what I feel is like a genuine desire to just see the community not get split up and divided over this, and yes, to just not talk about it, let everything play out and see what happens. But from where I sit, that is part of the problematic response because what it effectively did was it reinforced what everybody was doing, harassing Patty, silencing Patty, going after the whistleblowers. And it is part of a problem when something happens in a community and whistleblowers who themselves are survivors and are moving in conjunction with the person who we also should have been supporting, who is Patty. Now, maybe you didn't intend for your stream or your video to be an attack on those people, and I'm not necessarily saying it was. I'm not saying it was, but what I'm saying is that the effect of people saying things like that has the chilling effect. It's called a chilling effect.
Yeah, right.
And then it makes other people who are blowers, other people who are witnesses, other people who might want to come forward say, I don't want to do that because if I come forward and I start talking about this, or I say what I've experienced, or I say what I've seen, people are also I'm gonna have to go against this pressure of these influencers. Hey, we really shouldn't be talking about this. At the same time, you have a bunch of people running around going that we're violating Nancy's consent and Patty's violating Nancy's consent and none of us should be talking about it because Nancy doesn't want that. And I understand that again, that's out there. But then when you have that and then you combine it with other people saying, hey, let's just not talk about it, and the chilling effect that has, especially when I hate to say it, but they're not standing on it. It'd be one thing if you said, I really think this happened, but for X, Y, or Z reason, whatever. Like, and again, it's not, it doesn't matter. It's your channel. Everybody's free to say what they want to say. But Joe, I just want to make it clear. I just think that what you did was part of the community level thing. It wasn't really about you. And so I just put the clip. And to be honest, the clip was to set the tone because a lot of people in this community have been saying that. They've been echoing that same sentiment. They've been making it all about the divisiveness. So dude, your clip was just useful. But the fact that you are so aggrieved by it is another problem, because even if you did think I was clip farming you, and even if you did really think that I was like taking you wildly out of context, I was hoping people would sit back and go, you know what? This shit is really serious. And when I see PC and Yasumami and Kyle, when I see these women that prior to this I've trusted and I've been down with, and I don't have any reason to believe they're acting in bad faith, and they keep claiming and showing stuff that they're clearly getting from Patty. The fact that people are not willing to just say, like, okay, let's back up off this. And yes, understand, these people are angry. Yes, they're going to call names. They're going to get mad. Yeah, go ahead.
Some of the 20 things you've said.
Sorry, okay? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I made it very clear, and I've got the clip ready if you want me to play it, where it plays the before and after of what I actually said. But I made it very clear of what I was talking about there, and it had nothing. It was irrelevant.
Play it. Just play it. Play it.
All right.
Okay, and also, how did I lie about Elliot Cantor? Who was the private investigator? I literally, and see this, Joe, you talk about people taking people out of context. Yeah, I literally said on the stream, clear it up. I literally said, this is the Elliot Cantor we could find to the best of our ability. And if he wasn't the investigator or we're not being honest about what his information is, I literally explained that we could not find an Elliot Cantor lawyer with the name that was spelled on the website. It did seem like the other, and people looked into it. They tried to match pictures, they tried to match phone numbers, and so that was our best information about who that lawyer is. And I literally said on stream, if we're wrong about this, please clear it up. And here you have people just coming up saying, oh, he lied about Ellie Cantor, he lied about the lawyer. How much more fucking transparent can we be?
That you mentioned was contacted. I talked to the people that directly did that. Like, that's... Yeah, you did. You did say that. I don't deny that.
No. I'm not talking to you. That's just to addressing some people in your comments because they acting like they say I lied about Ellie Cantor. Like, no, we just gave the best information to that we could find it, and I put it out there to literally say, if this is not him, tell us who it really was. Nope, you saw the correct person and found someone whose profession would stoke your fire. The investigator isn't a lawyer. The PI was Elliot Cantor. He's not a lawyer.
Yeah.
The investigator isn't a lawyer. Okay, we'll look into that. That it's a minor detail, but okay. Doesn't mean the assault didn't happen. But sure, we'll. I'd be happy to retract that. If somebody can send me verifiable information about that, that'd be great. No, I don't lie. If I was wrong about the lawyer, I'll literally make a video today and correct it. Have somebody send me a DM. Plenty of these people have access to DMs for me on Discord. So again, I was very transparent about finding the information, the best ability, and actually I asked the other people who I've been exchanging information with to check that information out. So we did our best to double and triple check it, and if we got it wrong, I'll correct it. Please continue, Jeff. Sorry.
You're fine. Here we go. As guilty as they are, like that kind of stuff just is wild, and it's happening more and more often in this community.
Joe, I'm having a really hard time with your audio.
Rather than demonizing people, though, even in that case, we need to stop and talk about things. We're not doing that. We need to be able to, aren't we supposed to be capable of sitting down and having a rational, honest conversation based on facts and evidence? Where I'm not coming around, like slinging these like ultimatums around and all this other shit. Like, aren't we better than that, guys? I mean, I know that as the atheist community, like, that, as atheists anyway, the only thing that we have to agree on is that we don't believe in a God. I get it. But, a lot of us are closer than that, a lot of us, we say that we support many of the same things and that we're on the left and that we're
I can't hear Joe or see him. I don't know what the heck is going on here. I'm not giving you private information about the man when you and your goons run around harassing and threatening people. How is us making a YouTube video running around harassing and threatening people? Like, y'all are so pathetic. Honestly, like, I'm actually kind of in a weird way. Like,
this time, all of a sudden, because they subscribe to a channel somewhere, all of a sudden that they're not the same person they were before. And if there's a problem with that, can't we talk about it?
Yeah, this is after, right? This is after what I said. This is after
I just said the part you yeah, that's right after the part you clipped.
Yeah, but I'm having a hard I was having a hard time hearing you. Can you play it? Like, do you have the whole video up, or do you just have the section after?
Oh, the whole video's there. You want me to start it?
No, I just
you want to start?
Joe, I guess I don't know where there's a disagreement. You literally said, "Let all this die. Let's stop talking about it."
What was I talking about? Let die though. That's the thing that you're missing.
To me,
here.
the drama.
No, what I said is that we're running, and I was actually talking about people on the other side of this, because that's what was going on my side.
Joe,
is, hey, this person hung out with Umami, so they should be blocked. And I said, no, they shouldn't. And I didn't do it. Okay? So this wasn't even about that. It was about people coming to me saying, block all these people and ban all these people just because they watched that stream. And I said, no, I don't think that's how. I hold creators to a higher standard than I hold the audience that consumes the content, obviously.
But Joe, honestly, I hate to say this, bro. I really do think it's exactly what I said. I think you're playing word games. I'm just being honest. I think it's very clear. You did an 1.5-hour stream, dude. And the other thing is, hate to say this, but y'all are very selectively ambiguous. And that's the problem. Like, that's what I was really.
I purposely didn't talk about it.
But see, that's okay. But then you shouldn't have said anything. You come on. No, you. So then you shouldn't have done the stream. You literally came on and do a whole 1.5 hours. No. This is where you're not. No, it's where you're not gonna play me. It's where you're not gonna play me. You understood what our stream was laying down as the gauntlet. You know what our stream was talking about happening. Okay. You now also know that there's backlash for the stream. You know people are going after me. You know they're snatching PC's wrenches. You know Kyle's been excommunicated or whatever. People are telling Sumama's going to be in legal trouble. Whatever the case is, Joe. What I'm saying is, you now know that this is.
You don't get to make excuses for that.
I'm not making excuses for that, Joe. No, I'm not. I'm gonna tell you what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you what I'm saying when you let me say it. When you let me say it, I'll tell you what I was gonna say. No, it's cool. No, bro. When we're talking, we sometimes think we know where the other person's going. I do it to people all the time. It's all good. What I'm saying, Joe, is you can't roll like that, bro. Like, on some real shit, bro. When you have two sides or a real conflict, and you come on and you literally don't vocally say, I'm addressing this, or I'm addressing this. Literally, PC sat there and we watched the stream multiple times, and PC literally was like, I can't even tell which side he's on. I can't even tell. And it took, and honestly, I'm just being real with you, bro. The legitimate feel, even if you think I quoted your shit out of context, I didn't lie. Because I was being so fucking for real about exactly what the fuck I think you were doing in that clip. And if I misunderstood what you were doing in that clip, again, it's because you were so ambiguous, nobody could tell. When you start saying, oh, I hold the content creators to higher standards and stuff like that, yeah, maybe it sounds to you like you're talking about, the content creators shouldn't be canceling Tsunami, or people shouldn't be harassing da-da-da-da. But it also sounds like you're saying, Jay is a content creator, and Tsunami is a content creator, and PC is a supermod, and I expect better of them. How do we nobody even knew. Yes, it sounded like the very kind of thinly veiled ways people want to come at us, but they don't want to say it. And from our understanding, if you're not coming out clearly saying, hey, I think an assault happened, and even if I don't agree with the way Tsunami and PC and Jay and whoever went about it, I understand that that's what they were really going after. And I'm standing on business saying, if that happened in this community, we need to take accountability for it. And if that person is still in this community, we need to make sure they're not. Now, so I also understand.
That stream, actually, I said that, not those words, but what I said is that it is perfectly acceptable, and if there are accusations like that made, that it is important that we know those accusations were made. But if you do not have the information beyond that, and there's an investigation going on, you don't get to go ahead and assume guilt and then and act on it. And one other question, I have a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
So what you're talking about, like even if somebody said, and people did say,
hang on, she said someone in the chat said someone called the fire department. Somebody call SR. Nancy's trying to ruin your life. Somebody call SR. Go ahead.
Yeah. The question. Let's say that somebody called Nancy every name in the book and a liar and everything else about all this. Okay. Does that excuse going and threatening people with physical harm and sending threatening messages to people? Because that's where my problem was.
I take severe issue that you seem so much, and I think this is why, and again, you titled the stream, I'd rather be a flying monkey. And it says a lot that you would say that and then get on here. And again, like what everybody wants to check me on, first off, is not even language I used. As I haven't threatened anybody. Didn't send any threatening text or messages. Okay. And I'm gonna just tell you right now about how I feel about Sumami. I love Sumami. Sumami's a great friend. And I'm gonna tell you something that I mean when I say about this community. If y'all didn't want those people to call it out and you didn't like the way they called it out, hang on. Somebody else should have done it.
That's not calling out. Threatening people is not calling
do
whatever.
The stream was calling people out. Now, I'm also say to y'all this. This is where I said you're moving in proximity to whiteness. What people have not wanted to get real about, and Sumami said it, and people don't like to hear shit from Sumami, but I'm telling you, Sumami know what the fuck she's talking about. She's incredibly smart. Whatever.
Because that's the answer to everything.
But again, that's your proximity to whiteness again. When she yells and she screams. No, yes, it is. I can't
help that.
I know you. Well, you can actually. You can actually. I'm not talking about your ethnicity. I'm talking about your race. I'm talking about the way you culture, the culture in the space is. And y'all play these civility politics and this polite bullshit. And yes, that's considered proximity to whiteness. Like y'all need to stop. You tone police marginalized people, and when marginalized people start yelling and cursing and whatever, that makes y'all uncomfortable. And then you go after them instead of the fucking problems they're calling out. And yes, you're tone policing marginalized groups. And listen to this, Sumami was fucking right when she said it shows that the people, I'm sorry, yes, even the LGBTQ people in this community, because they're so white, it shows that they're not truly moving in those diverse queer spaces. Because queer people, LGBT people across the spectrums, particularly when they're in community with marginalized people, understand you're gonna get red. When there's a conflict, you're going to get, let me finish, you're going to get called out, you're going to get dogged walk, you're going to get cursed out, and yes, people are going to try to strip you of your motherfucking humanity. That is part of the motherfucking culture. I, as a black man, if another fucking black man starts doing that tap dancing for the master, starts doing that shit that's not moving in solidarity with black people, what do? We call them coons, we call them fucking Uncle Toms, right? That's what we do. Now, do we let white people do that? No, not necessarily. But do we let white people come and tell us, I can't say, am I gonna let a white person tell me I can't call another black person a Sambo? I can't call another motherfucker a coon? I can't call another motherfucker an Uncle Tom? No, because again, y'all recognize your white ass has no place in black people policing blackness amongst themselves. Just like as a man, I have no role to play in a woman calling out other women while she's policing that behavior. Now, people may not like how she went about it, but you gotta, again, if y'all are supposed to be so fucking skeptical, quit being little bitches. Y'all supposed to be so tough, and everybody can go to conferences, and y'all, hey, if you're down with the BDSM and CNC, it's cool to get tossed down the stairs, and we could all look the other way because they had too much to drink. But all of a sudden, Sumami says, I want to slap somebody in the face, and all of a sudden, we're calling our lawyers. There's death threats. Oh my God, let's not talk about Elliot. Sumami's threatening people. I'm not saying you necessarily, but that's I've heard that a lot. Maybe not directly from you, but I've heard that a lot. So here's my point, Joe. Number one, we as men should not be echoing the bullshit when you see a woman policing other women, and she called out both. People said she said y'all are not women because you are not standing with this woman in victimhood. And she said that about the trans women and the cis women. So everybody running around saying
that was her backwalking what she actually
No, it was not. Again, Sumami's one of my best friends. I'm with her every single day. She has been saying this from the beginning.
Sent direct messages to people telling them they weren't women. She didn't name everybody like she did on the stream last night. She sent direct messages to individuals.
I know about the direct messages she sent to individuals, and I've read them. But I also know what she said on the stream, and I know what she's been saying the whole time. And I've seen the messages where she told these people they are not safe. And even that people are twisting, because she says you are not safe, like you are not safe to be around, and they're acting like it's you are not safe, like I'm going to pull up and do physical harm to you. And again, you're never going to beat the charges of proximity to whiteness, because that is how marginalized people talk. Black
So,
people
so
say,
calling, me
literally
calling
my
out
dad,
Fred
literally, shut
I'm
up, hang on, let me say this. My father, in the middle of a card game, if I play the wrong play during a goddamn pinochle game, he will turn to the other grown men in the room and say, remind me to shoot my son after this hand.
Yeah, that's not acceptable.
It's a fucking joke. He's talking shit. That's how talking shit works. It's not a threat. It's a joke. And sometimes people say shit when they're angry and when they're so don't no, because y'all think the acceptable response is to tone police the whistleblowers, and you're not talking about what happened.
You're arguing something that I don't hold. Like,
okay, tell me how.
The thing within that closed system between you and your father, there may be that understanding, right? So you know that whenever that's said, like, oh, this is how we talk, and agreed, no problem with that. It's whenever you start sending that to other people who are not in on the joke, right? It doesn't come off as a joke to threaten to shoot people and beat their teeth out.
I'm not even saying it's a joke. What I'm saying is that when people in certain communities and cultures talk, like, yes, there is more of that in language, and yes, when it comes out angry, no, it's not. I'm not even saying she's joking, because she wasn't, when she hit them people up, she wasn't telling jokes. But my point is, it is very tone policing in civility politics, especially on the internet. You have to understand, on the internet, we're all talking. And so I hate to say this, a lot of what goes on in this community is a lot of fucking cowardice.
Hold on. Because I want to understand you.
Yeah.
So I'm tone policing because I have a problem with making direct threats against people?
No, we're tone policing as a community because we are shifting the focus away from the assault to the behavior of the whistleblowers. That is unacceptable. Now, how people are doing that is, yes, they're trying to make it about this person threatened me, that person said this person said that. What I am saying is, number one, if we were really, and this is the part that is breaking my fucking heart, if we were really serious about what happened to Nancy and what happened to Patty as a result of trying to advocate for her sister, how much this community and these organizations failed these women, we would be talking about that. We would be rallying to them. We would not be sitting around talking about Tsunami.
That is a productive conversation.
But we can't have that productive conversation because everybody wants to talk about is Tsunami's a transphobe, Tsunami's a, and also understand what I said, and I meant this
people for 20 minutes. I mean, like, yeah, people got a problem with that, Jay. Like,
okay, well that's what I'm saying, but that's the tone. Okay, then don't say they're not tone policing.
It's not tone policing.
It is. If you will not listen to someone, because you don't like the way they deliver the message, you are tone policing, and you are tone policing fucking former victims who were watching all of this shit take place in their face, and y'all literally want them to be like, hi, my name is Caroline, and I really would like to address some of the terrible things that have happened to you. Want her to be whitesome and delightsome about it, and because Tsunami is not whitesome and delightsome about it,
for threats. That is what I think.
Why? I'm not apologizing for that. What is there? I don't have. There's nothing to apologize for.
It's apologetics is what I'm talking about.
Bro, again, you're just okay. Like I have nothing to apologize. First of all, I haven't threatened anybody. All I said is I'm not going to make this about Tsunami. That's all I've said.
No, and it's not. And I wasn't making it about. I wasn't making it about this crime. I was talking about the people who are doing these threats and stuff, and all this is going on. That stuff needs to die. Let that stuff die so we can find out what happened, so this can come to a conclusion and we can act accordingly.
Well, you didn't say that.
Somebody's guilty of this shit.
You didn't say that. You said let all this die. Forget about it. Let's move on. And Joe, go back and listen, man, bro. I wish you could just say, like, for real, I said it. I was uncomfortable in the moment. I really didn't. So then stop acting like I took you out of context. And damn sure stop acting like I'm a liar. Because Joe, I'm not a liar. And you know good and goddamn well I wasn't lying about you, Joe.
Did I or did I not say to let the thing around Nancy die? Did I say that?
You didn't say the name.
I wasn't even talking
But see,
about
Joe,
that.
you playing me like I'm fucking stupid, bro.
Prefaced it with what I
Bro,
was
I
talking about.
tried to come in here. I tried to come in here and talk to you on good faith, bro. But go back and watch that hour and a half stream. If motherfuckers don't know what side you're on when you're talking, that is your problem, Joe.
Yeah, it's specifically because I don't know.
But, so then you should have shut. You said you had no, but don't do a stream about it. Exactly, you're inserting yourself in shit you don't know about.
No, the fighting was going on within my community. It was,
and there it is. The fighting was going on in your community. You said it. You keep saying it today. You will not address what happened to Nancy as a problem. Right. You won't talk about it. The problem is Sumami. The problem is division. The problem is I lied about you. The problem is you were clipped out of context. When is the problem going to be Elliot threw Nancy down the stairs, Joe? When will that be the problem, Joe?
When it's proven that's what happened, Jay.
And it has to be proven, but again, but why did the other people have to prove it? See, that's what I mean. And how is it going to be proven, Joe? How's it going to be proven, Joe? Joe, how would it get proven?
The other people have to prove what?
How would it get proven, Joe? You let all these motherfuckers run around here telling you he was completely exonerated based on video evidence that doesn't fucking exist. But now you're saying you won't believe her until you see the fucking video evidence that you know doesn't goddamn exist. So what is it going to take for you to believe her? She had bruises. She reported it. She reported it to the fucking... I showed you the goddamn letter sent to the goddamn organizations. She sought medical treatment 3 fucking times. You saw her text messages saying he's a woman beater. He's going to get away with it again. She said in the text message to her sister, yes, getting thrown down the stairs and strangled was very fucking fun. When are you gonna believe her, Joe? What the fuck do you have to see?
How is sitting and fighting amongst ourselves about?
Bro, answer the goddamn question, Joe.
You're not because I haven't said any of that. I can't answer your question.
You said when it is proven. I asked, how is it going to be proven? Answer the question, Joe.
Okay, so we have legal processes that we use to do
legal processes. I've already decided they're not pressing charges, and the investigation was closed. Joe, what are we going to do?
Does that equal guilt then?
Does it equal innocence?
No.
Okay,
so why should I be saying one way or the other then? That's the point.
The point is we should have been calling out the fucking inappropriate response for the fucking community and the organizations. And instead of joining in that effort, you joined in the dogpiling of the support system and the whistleblowers, Joe.
No, see, that's why I made that stream the way that I did, and that's why I avoided it, because I knew that would be the claim.
Well, it was fucking worthless and not helpful, Joe. It was worthless and not helpful because it was fence sitting. You sat on the... Okay, but that's why you ended up in the fucking clip. I didn't lie. Go back and watch the shit. Let's move on. You were not a central character. You're making it all about you. You did want people to stop talking about it. You did use Purple Stream as a fucking call for unity and civility. Now, you got something else you want to say to me while I'm here? Because I see where you're at, Joe. I know where you're at. I know you don't give a fuck about what happened to Nancy. I know you're never going to talk about it. And yes, I said you shouldn't be organizing events. I said you should not be organizing motherfucking events because if you're going to put fucking Purple Stream and unity and everybody stop talking this before women's safety, you shouldn't be there. What?
No, nobody gives me the ability to plan events. I did that.
Yes, and you should stop. Don't do it anymore. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
don't do it anymore. I don't think you can. Because it'd be a real shame if something happened at one of your events. That would be a real shame.
Did anything happen at one of my events?
What would you do, Joe?
I mean, I would handle it the best way that I could.
Let me ask you this. Will you invite SR to one of your events?
Currently, what I have done is distance myself from everybody involved because I honestly held
Would you ask SR to speak at one of your events? I thought it was a yes or no question.
Today, no.
Why not?
Because I don't know what happened.
Joe, you don't know what happened, man?
Right. Neither do you.
So you don't believe Patty?
It's not that I don't.
It was a yes or no question.
No, it wasn't.
Do you believe Patty?
I believe
that yes or no to me.
I believe that Patty believes Patty. I don't think that you think you're lying or that she's lying or that I don't.
Oh, you don't think I'm lying?
I don't think that you think I'm lying. I think that you're doing it in good faith. I really do. Now, the clippings
So make a 2.5 hour stream about a 30-second clip of you saying, because you think I'm doing it in good faith. That's what you. That's how you treat me in good faith.
That part was absolutely a lie,
dude. It wasn't a lie.
I'm just telling you. Like, you asked what I think.
Oh, okay. I guess you think it's a Joe. I've never lied to you, and I don't lie. I take that shit very seriously. I take my reputation seriously as shit. I don't fuck around being called a motherfucking liar. I didn't lie, even if I was wrong, which I don't think I was. I'm literally saying that's first off, it's not a lie. That's like me sincerely being mistaken, and the only reason I could be sincerely mistaken is because you were not clear, Joe. You sat on that fence because you wanted to maintain your comfort, and that's why you were called out.
I made it clear.
Just take it and think about it, bro. Again, you won't say what happened, bro. So you mean to tell me, like, if this happened to your wife, and
it did,
and you found but you didn't find out from her. You found out from her sister.
Right.
You don't believe the sister? Like, I just don't understand why y'all don't believe Patty. Like, that shit is disgusting to me. What did she get out of this?
I just told you, it's not that I don't believe what Patty's saying. It's that I don't know, because we have.
But you see her text messages from Nancy, so you see Nancy saying those things to her. So you're not believing Nancy, right?
Investigation of something is done.
What do you mean?
Like, well, you don't go and ask the person's sister to tell you the facts.
You don't ask the person, Joe. That's another thing. Y'all, everybody's asking how them. First off, fuck each and every last one of you, because a lot of y'all, not you in your chat, a lot of y'all used to be fucking friends with Nancy. And then you're going to ask us whether we reach out. I have personal communication with Nancy like that, but I talk to Patty all the time. And I have been given an update on Nancy. And Nancy's okay, and Nancy's good with what's going on. You know how I got that? I got that update through Patty. You know when the last time I heard about Nancy's well-being was, Joe?
When?
Yesterday. So each and every last one of y'all can fuck right off with that bullshit. Continue, Joe.
Okay. I don't think that... I don't have the information to call someone a liar on either way in this. I do think that...
from Patty, you dumb bitch, Maya.
I don't...
I'm sick of this shit. Her husband is trying to protect her from this community, and she doesn't want to be engaged with this community because of you people. And then they're trying to throw in our face that she's not engaging with people in this community. It's fucking ridiculous. No. Not really.
Could you be wrong about that?
No, why would I be wrong about that?
I'm just asking.
See, here's what you guys do. And it's why you guys really do need to go back to school. You guys need more formal education. You don't know how evidence works. You guys start from this bullshit neutrality instead of realizing, first off, you got it. Y'all all love to watch Richard Carrier and his bullshit about fucking Bayesian logic. Import some let's use some Bayesian logic here, y'all. False reporting of sexual assaults are incredibly rare. That should be a starting point. That's why we say believe victims. We don't say believe victims because we just magical thinking and we just love women so much we just want to believe them all the time. We say believe victims. It means the default is when somebody says this happened, we believe it happened, and we believe it happened the way the victim said it happened. We do that because number one, that is so rarely a false report. Then we hang on. Then we move into the evidence of the realm of supporting evidence. Go ahead.
We need to address the other problems. I'm sorry, but there's problems with what you said.
What's the problem?
Like, we do believe victims. The problem is that as this proceeds, conflicting information has came out both from the investigation and the people in the community, and so through text messages and all that, you showed stuff, other people showed stuff, and all this stuff. I don't think that
we showed y'all see that's what I mean about you not understanding how this works. that's the part I'm trying to prove. You can keep showing. You can keep
adding going to court would never be accepted. Saying these things.
What?
That's what you're talking, like Patty going to court to speak on Nancy's behalf.
Who said anything about court? I'm talking about what happened.
You said evidence, and we're talking about...
I'm talking about evidence and what happens. No, I'm talking about legal evidence. I'm talking about evidence and what happens. I'm talking about how do we know what happened, okay? So we start with false reports are very rare. So victim reports, we're pretty assured that this is something that happened. Not 100% assured, but pretty assured, because victims rarely lie about this. Again, why would Nancy lie in that situation? It seems very odd, very odd. And then you got to remember all the bullshit I brought out, Joe. All these people saying she was going to take him to her room to fuck while Patty and Patty's daughter were in the room. Make it make sense. Anyway, you start with victims rarely lie. Then you start to add on the facts, right?
Right.
And all of the facts, I hate to say this, even on both sides, are pretty indicative that it happened. Even the people that are coming out against Nancy, they all were, well, when she told us originally, we believed her and we thought it happened. And a lot of people are telling you Elliot is in therapy. What is he in therapy for if he didn't do anything? People are telling, even people are showing screenshots from her where she's going, he feels so guilty and embarrassed. What is he guilty and embarrassed over if nothing happened? So you have all of these clear indicators that something happened. And then instead of saying, wow, now we have a default position of victims are usually telling the truth. And then on top of that, we've got reports, we've got emails, we've got all of this stuff. And yes, let's look at the other stuff. Let's look at everything the flying monkeys and all the other people have sent. Look at it. It's all of two things. It's all either before. Here's what she was doing before. Here's what she was saying before. Here's what's going on before. Or it was after. Here's what she did afterwards. Here's what she said about him afterwards. She was all down with him. They're still friends. Conveniently missing is any of these people showing a single thing that indicates it didn't happen. But on top of that, there's lots of changing in their stories, tons of inconsistencies, and all of this shit that literally, Joe, I showed person after person saying Patty and Nancy are lying. Then I showed you Purple saying everybody knows it happened. Then I showed you Purple saying everybody knows it happened.
Yeah.
So what is it? Patty and Nancy are lying, or everybody knows it happened?
Yeah. See, I don't agree with.
And then hang on, one more thing. Everybody keeps saying there's video evidence exonerating him, but we have text indicating that even Nancy has not seen video evidence. And that the police told Nancy, the law enforcement told Nancy, the victim, that there were no cameras in the stairwells and there was victims of the lobby where she was all over him. And she even says that in the thing to her sister. So why aren't you calling out all the flying monkeys who clearly lied, saying that there's video evidence exonerating him when there is no video evidence? Why are you not calling out the people who lied about the sexual assault instead of the people who called them out, Joe? That's the question. Yeah, yes, please. And thank you for letting me get that out. I appreciate it.
Can I ask a question to answer your question, though?
Sure.
Has anybody actually looked at the police reports and stuff since this was filed? Like, do they say those things? Like, because there is things like the actual legal process that takes place. There are things to look at what they found in the investigation, and that should be considered. Has anybody looked at that?
There is information about what's in the police report. Some people there's people saying they were part of the investigation, like AJ and stuff like that. I don't know how willing they are to provide their stuff, but I know Patty and Nancy have exchanged a lot of information about that.
Oh, okay. So I know that people have said, and there have been people that directly messaged me and said video evidence exonerated him. Right, that has been sent to me, and I haven't. Obviously, I'm skeptical of that claim because I haven't seen anything saying such a thing. That's really the position that I do hold on this, Jay. Is that I don't know. I don't really know all of the facts to then go and put all these details out publicly about someone's life and then make conclusions about it because I don't have that information.
I know, but Joe, I feel that, but let me just say this, bro, and I mean this sincerely. I put you in that video because you hurt my motherfucking feelings, bro. Because part of this for me, bro, has been really like, come on, y'all. This is the apostate sisters we are talking about. You know what I'm saying, Joe? I was there with you in Kentucky. I couldn't handle my alcohol. I'm the lightweight. You know who the fuck helped me finish my whiskey? Motherfucking Nancy. Oh, yeah. Dog, we was at that house party. Come on, Nancy came. Sorry, I'm late. I was masturbating. Y'all, Nancy's fucking epic personality. We are talking about the apostate sisters, y'all.
And I understand that people making claims and accusations and making things without the evidence for those things, it shouldn't be happening. I agree, and I've said that publicly. Um, but but I'm also not inserting myself like you think I am into this for the very reason that I haven't seen the other either. There's these conflicting accounts that I have nothing other than this has been said and this has been said and the police found this and this happened. Like there's all that and because of that, I think that that's actually what's very damaging to this, and it's both sides doing it. I agree with that. Like it's I think that the way that this was handled was extremely recklessly and irresponsible. I think that you shouldn't have done it, man.
Let me
not like that anyway.
let me
But
let me
that's my opinion. You know what?
let
Whatever.
me ask you this. Let me say this. So like I was saying, part of this to me is like, yo, this is the apostate sisters that we didn't show up for. And I will also say what hurts me, man, is I love Sumami, PC, and Kyle, and I think that yeah, they can be abrasive. Let me keep it real with your audience, because I'm here to talk to you, because me and you have a history, right? There's a lot of these flying monkeys, bro. They message me, I'll say shit to them. They email me, I don't even respond. But you,
well, I
you
refuse to talk to other people. I said I'll talk to you,
it's a
right?
little different, right? Yeah. So loving them the way I do, I'll be honest with y'all, man. Me and Sumami go at it. Sumami has called me everything but a child of God.
I've been there many times.
and there have been times we need to go to our separate corners for a hot minute and cool off. But like I say, when I'm hanging out with her, I'd have to sit here for 10 minutes to even think about and remember what those incidents were, and that's not a good use of 10 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's my motherfucking friend, and I know that she is a fighter. And I also know that that's not all she is. She gets a really bad rap. She probably doesn't want me saying this, but Sumami's actually a very wonderful, pleasant, sensitive, curious, artistic person, right? There's a whole, and people don't get to see that side. A lot of people have heard Sumami pop off, but they never heard Sumami cry.
To be clear, I've said numerous times that I love Sumami. I've let her come on and jump the shit out of people that deserved it on here purposely just to let her go at them. Like I've said that in the past, and it hurt me that these things happen. I didn't want to be put in that position, man. Like it's I get what you're saying, but like if anybody else would have made threats to anybody in this community to knock their teeth out and put a gun in their face and all that other bullshit, you wouldn't be okay with that. So you can't be mad at me. You may have that relationship and be okay with that, but I don't, and I'm not okay with that shit. Like, and that's a problem.
It's what I'm saying, Joe, is for me, it's the fact that this community knows those are our defenders, and it knows, everybody knows how PC is, and a lot of people should know by now how Kyle is. In that sense, they're of the same accord. And what hurts, Joe, is that I didn't see any other men speak out and step up. Have you seen DJ Oz's stream? If you haven't, I think you should check it out. He did a stream about this after my stream. I think if you hear his tone and how he approaches this, also from the perspective of somebody who wasn't there, hang on a sec.
All right. He's taking a call real quick. So, yeah, I see all of you in chat, and I'm seeing the messages and stuff pop up, and I'm trying to be as genuine and have this conversation the way that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll also say this. From what I've seen, Sumami did not threaten to put guns in anybody's faces or kill anybody. I don't know where that type of talk is coming from. I know a lot of people have claimed that they fear for their life. And I'm sorry I didn't say this earlier, but like I said, I have seen most of those conversations. Literally, the people that claim they were threatened by Sumami send me those conversations and have posted them and have literally DM'd me to them, and she does not say anything to that effect. She did talk about wanting to slap the shit out of SR, She did talk about, like, you know, telling people that they're not safe. Yes, she did call out mothers. Yes, she did pull people's woman card for not moving in solidarity with the victims. No, I heard, but I did hear, yeah, I did hear, Joe, I did hear you say something about guns and killing people, and I guess AJ saying she did. I have not seen that, and she says that she did not do that. So AJ, if you want to go ahead and produce that, okay, then produce it, AJ. Show us. Show
No,
us.
I've actually got that comment. Just a second. Kenneth Kneff was the name used. The words were exactly the same ones that Sumami has used, and I said that I don't know that it's her, but it's very similar. It was obviously somebody, you know, from this side of this thing.
But again, when Sumami, but see again, let's think about this. When Sumami has hit up anybody else with all the other threatening messages they're sending around, did she use a sock account? So you mean Sumami
is Kenneth Kneff Sumami's stock account or not?
I don't know.
Because
I haven't seen her use a sock account and all this. No, normally sock accounts are very obviously Sumami. So yeah, she's laughing. Yeah. She doesn't know who it is. Yeah, I don't think that's her. See that is, you know, people. But think about that. If she didn't hit me up and say, "Holy shit, that didn't happen," you know, then boom, that's how easy it is for Sumami for part of this whole thing to be Sumami's death threats.
Do you think that I said that without any reason to say it?
No. I'm not even calling. I'm just saying, look, I'm just saying like together, like me and you together in this moment can see just how easy that thing happens. I don't think you. No, I think you probably thought it was her.
But
hang on a second, Joe. Notice this though. Notice how I'm not calling you a liar.
I know.
Notice how I just saw something. You say something that I don't think is true, but in the moment I recognize even if that Kenneth person is not Sumami, I still go, oh, he read the comment. Based on how he read the comment, it sounded like it might have been Sumami.
No,
the tone,
the exact same words. Elsewhere.
It's the same words. Okay, so then that for you was good enough, and I don't have to call you a liar. But I wish you would have given me the same benefit of doubt when watching your video, because even if you think I misinterpreted what you said, bro, it was based on what you said. I didn't call you. I don't do that, bro. And that's what I'm saying. You know, you don't ever know me to intentionally clip farm somebody out of context. It's just not me. That's plain and simple. So I wish you would have just assumed it was a misunderstanding, or maybe I'm not being, maybe he's hearing something I wasn't hearing. I think that's what happens a lot. I hear stuff in the way people say things, and honestly, being a sociology professor, people don't even hear it. Like that's what I do all the time. It's my job. My job as a goddamn sociology professor is to have my students have discussions and then point out to them the sociological mechanism that they don't even hear in their own words. And I think that happens. I think you did sound like you were trying to tell us to just, hey, I want unity, I want peace, I want us all to be together, happy for the holidays. I want us to really stop talking about this, put this away. It's causing too much strife and making us uncomfortable. Now, maybe that wasn't your intent, but that's definitely what I heard, bro. This is definitely what I heard. And I wasn't the only person to hear it. So again, a good faith skeptical community says, well, damn, if that's what Jay heard, and that's what PC heard, and that's what other people heard, and maybe a couple people in the comments maybe
PC didn't hear that at all.
She did. Oh, she did. She did. She absolutely did. She was the one going off about it. She absolutely did. She absolutely did. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It was PC who said, make sure you get that damn clip in there.
Yeah. Pull the clip that is not about that thing and use it and say it's about that thing. That's
Joe, I watched it. It was about that thing. I'm just saying. I'm saying, why can't me and PC get the same benefit of the doubt? Again, you've known PC for years, and you jump to she's clip farming you rather than you said some shit that PC, one of your mods, may have heard something you didn't hear. I did. Yeah, I'm saying she did too. We both did.
I know she did.
Joe, I watched the video twice, bro. I watched it, and then when I decided to go back to take the clip, I watched it again, and I missed the clip the first time I was rewatching it. So I had to go back and watch it again, and then I started watching it in 10-minute sections so I could get the right chunk. Trust me, bro, I watched that motherfucking stream. I gave you about 4 or 5 views on that hoe. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why you got gifted a membership.
There you go. Come on, man.
So let me be clear then. because I think that for whatever reason you've misinterpreted what I was trying to get across. It the thing that was causing the problem was that people who had taken part in streams and then seen the fighting and the drama builds and people get involved in things and all that. So there were calls to boot people who watched your video in side chat. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to kick somebody because they watched a video. Like, that doesn't rise
I'm
to that
glad they say that. Titan's one of the motherfuckers. That Steph dropped it in a Discord. They had a whole thing, and Titan was like, let's just go back and delete this whole conversation up to and including where Stephanie Helms dropped the link to the stream. And let's agree to never discuss this again on public channels. Again, I really wonder why everybody wants to stop people from posting the links to the streams, and let's never discuss this again on public channels. It's just a little curious, curious.
So the thing that I was trying to get people to stop doing wasn't about that case in any way whatsoever. The thing that I was trying to get people to stop doing was the ones who didn't know shit about what they were talking about.
Also, bro, just can we notice real quick in your side chat that they're threatening? They're always threatening about lawyers. Again, y'all just call me a liar, McLie face who lies. Notice I don't threaten to call my lawyers. Y'all can call names and call your lawyers. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. But Joe, that's what I'm saying about these people are never beating the accusations about how they move in proximity to white supremacy. That is y'all think the Karen shit is I want to speak to the manager. The OG Karen move is I am calling my lawyers. Y'all are never beating the accusation soon. Y'all call me every name under the motherfucking sun, but as soon as somebody pops off on you on YouTube, somebody pops off on you on motherfucking social media, you want to call your lawyers. That is the most bitch-made move there is. And it's just a coincidence. But Joe, hold on. Joe, you know they're threatening lawsuits to go after the whistleblowers. You know that. And them saying whistleblowers your friends, and you're not even calling out. Really, y'all lawyers? We're not even calling that out. Really, y'all lawyers? Y'all might not believe their story, but them some motherfucking survivors and motherfuckers who's trying to bring this shit to our fucking community. You may not like their tone or how they do it. Go ahead, Joe. Condemn that shit.
I can't hit everything. I can't, same
here. Damn, bro. I'm trying.
Look, the life I've lived and stuff, calling the cops and shit and lawyers and all that, like I'm not down with that because of my lived experience. Okay. But I get people get worked up and you couldn't sue those people anyway. Like you would never be, no lawyer would ever take the case on that. Now the whole thing between SR and Nancy and all that, now obviously there was talk of so there was some offer do you want to press charges for a false report? There was this claim made about that or whatever.
Please tell me you don't believe that bullshit.
I don't know shit about that. And I just, like I said, I haven't seen anything that tells me concretely that even happened. I know that it's been said, and I'm open to whatever discussion about it. But within that there is this legal working going on. But aside from that, getting upset because of people bitching on streams and stuff, I don't think it rises to that sort of thing. The only time I'm looking for a lawyer is when they charge my ass with another felony. But I don't, poor people don't get to sue people.
Facts. Nah. I think that's something a bunch of cultures have in common is we got to handle our own business. And again, that's how this community should be. And at the end of the day, that's all this is about, y'all. The private investigator. Again, I don't know who y'all think private investigators are. I don't know why I don't think these organizations have a history of this shit. But they notice how they all said we're wrong about the private investigator, but they won't tell us who it is. They're all running around saying we're lying, we're lying, we're lying. Then show us the shit so I can correct it. Oh no, we don't want to
I
show
mean,
you because you'll harass the person. Okay, send
like
it to me. GE, you got my email. You got my email. Email it to me. I showed you. I
don't.
know what I'm saying. I showed Godless Engineer's email on my stream, bro. You got my email address. Send that shit to me. You don't even just send me the real lawyer's name and the real investigator. I'll be like, yo, I'm sorry, Elliot Cantor. This guy was not the lawyer for NanoCon. This other dude was the real investigator. I'll correct that shit today.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, Jay, like you said, you and I, we've sat and talked and stuff, and I think you get me better than a lot of people, and I like I said, we agree on a shit ton of things, man. Like, I do have, and I've voiced my personal problems with what was how things were handled from both sides of people arguing about this. And, I get that you think that by me not like just immediately like taking a side and saying this person is guilty or this person's a liar or whatever the outcome of that situation would be, like it's because I don't know, man, and that's honest. Like I just don't know. I don't have the concrete stuff to say that, and maybe it doesn't exist, and that's a shitty place to be. And there are great conversations and productive things we can do to address problems within the legal system and how these things are handled.
Let me ask you a question. If it didn't happen,
Yeah.
and Nancy lied,
Sure.
what do you think the community should do about that?
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't do anything about it. The thing that I would be more concerned with is the behavior within the community itself when that happens, because even then that doesn't give people excuses to threaten her or to harass her or to do any of those things. Like, I don't think that it gives you permission to do those things. The other way around, it's all true, then then somebody needs to be prosecuted. Like, and I would agree with doing that to the fullest extent of the law. I mean, like, I want justice here. I want what is justice. I just don't know what that is, because there's so much that the water's been muddied by a lot of different things, and there's so much conflicting information out there that I just don't know, Jay. And maybe I'm just dumb. I mean, but like, I just don't know.
Would you, if a woman did this to you and it was a false accusation, would you, and it got real public, would you not press charges?
So,
or at least call it out? Would you at least call it out?
I would say something. I wouldn't press charges, because that's like a snitch thing. When
it's still a bitch made move. I fucks with that.
But I've been there, bro.
yeah. But you probably call it out though.
I would say, see, this motherfucker lied about me. Like,
yeah. So SR, why don't you do that? I mean, I think SR should do that. I really do, because I think this has gotten way out of hand. And again, if she's lying and trying to ruin his reputation, first off, I think given how public is, I don't think he would fail to press charges. I wish he would tell us that. I wish he would actually. Why isn't anybody asking for evidence of this? It's always funny what people ask for evidence of, but then they don't ask for evidence of. So, for instance,
I expect there will be some reveal at some point.
But that's still a thing. When people, I don't know what there's to reveal.
How slow.
Nah. There's no reveal. I'm gonna tell you why there's no reveal. The real life is, in real life, all there is the people who were there and what they say about it. Because you got to remember, the security, whatever security footage there is property of the property and the security, right? So the only way that shit's getting turned over to anybody is probably a lawsuit or a law enforcement investigation, right?
The police would have taken a copy of it as evidence.
Right, but they're not going to show that to anybody. We literally don't even think they showed it to.
You'd have to file a FOIA request.
or something like that. Yeah, but even then, right? So even if you do that, like, it's gonna be the lobby.
Right.
So a lot of people are saying there's video evidence exonerating him. How come people don't demand to see proof of that? But when we say it happened, people are like, oh, well, I need to see proof of that. Like, we're willing to believe it didn't happen without evidence, seeing the evidence, but we're not willing to believe it did happen. I'm just saying what I see, Joe. That's just how, that's how it feels.
And I discourage that behavior.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, that seems to be a big problem, especially if we're gonna protect people in our community from this type of violence. We cannot assume that the violent perpetrators, and this is why I called out, like, even the Creator Accountability Network, we cannot assume the perpetrators are going to limit their crimes to where there's video evidence. That would be the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm literally like, it's a fucking joke, but I literally been saying no women should go to atheist conferences without fucking AI glasses. You just have to have AI fucking glasses on as required shit, because there's got to be video. We're not going to believe anything that happens to you if there's no video evidence. So AI glasses or a fucking GoPro or a fucking body cam is now going to be required for all women. But that's what it sounded like motherfuckers wanted to get to, bro. For real. Okay.
I know,
so
and
that's crazy.
That's the thing I'm trying to calm down. Like, instead of let's decide guilt in the court of public opinion, man. Let's let these things be worked out. And in the meantime,
we gotta decide in the court of public opinion. And here's another thing about that. And we brought it home on the damn stream, and we said it on the first stream, but people don't want to believe us. We didn't want to talk about this. This is not an issue that was on our plate. I'm gonna just reiterate it for those that don't happen. Those motherfucking flying monkeys were in conversation and keeping it all under wraps. When they lost access to Nancy and that shit got cut off, Bree's dumbass and Ember's dumbass, all of a sudden they went around. Bree literally came in and started talking to us about what happened, throwing Nancy under the bus, like, oh, it was consensual, or they fell, or something happened, but it wasn't what she said happened. And to keep it a buck with you, that's what we went with.
Yeah,
because that's what we heard. So first off, it's not how do I didn't go to NanoCon, gang. I wasn't there. And I haven't talked about it. Nobody's been dropping. Nobody's making. How did I even get involved? I didn't want to be involved in this. They came into our virtual office to tell us that bullshit flying monkey story. But again, since we didn't know anything else, that was the fucking story. And eventually, Kyle is putting together shit about all the shit going on with the other shit going on with these organizations. Gets into the fucking hears about the NanoCon thing and is like, yo, this shit doesn't add up. Like, no, something happened. This ain't right. So, and so then we did what any fucking responsible person would do. We reached out to Patty.
You don't know that I know that this is firsthand things I'm going to tell you here, because I was kind of involved behind the scenes before NanoCon happened, and I didn't go to NanoCon, but there were allegations made against someone that I had got a hold of SR because we had worked together before on the, he was kind of like coaching me and was helping with Jim and all that stuff on the art protest stuff and the event and how to, get to the point to where we could have it. Right. And this is before, right? So, there were allegations made on the website for NanoCon or on their Facebook page that somebody that I had called and secured a ticket for, a guest ticket for free, had committed crimes against children. And this was posted anonymously on a Facebook group where they could like leave comments about the event. And I contacted SR first and had a three-way conversation with investigators at NanoCon before it ever even happened. So that's, I do know that there are people that were like keeping an eye on certain things, and there was like that particular comment, they found that they thought it was just a troll in the end because they did background checks and looked at things, and lawyers were involved and all kinds of shit there. Like, so I do know that, like, they were taking things seriously. People making claims about things, they took it seriously as it was true. And I believe that in the beginning of this, that and it's, again, I'm repeating something that I've just seen posted a number of times, both today and in other chats. But SR had said in the beginning, believe her, right? Is that correct?
Allegedly, yes.
And I think that on his behalf, regardless, as one of the administrators there, that was probably the right approach. And I think even if guilty, he had to take that approach because the investigators and the people he's working with there.
But see,
I think that's
But
I don't know beyond that. Like that's
okay. But here's another thing, Joe. Like, and again, if people are going to complain about the stream I did last night, please watch it, because if you don't, then when you bring up whatever you bring up about it, I'm going to bring up whatever I bring up about it. So sure. Part of this is the problematic response of his contact with her afterwards. Part of what should not be allowed, if this is reported at an event, is for the alleged perpetrator. First of all, why was he even allowed to remain there? There's also a rumor going around that Stacy and Drew were asked to leave or something like that. I haven't confirmed that, but that is certainly something other people who were at NanoCon are saying. But nevertheless, regardless of who else may or may not have been asked to leave, it's a real question as to why was he allowed to remain there. It's also a thing where, again, talking about community and organizational response, I hate to say this to you, I just don't know what it is that you guys think about these atheist organizations just because they're secular groups, that somehow they are equipped to handle these type of incidents and that they have in-house the level of expertise or process in place to handle these things correct. That assumption is insane to me. And again, I've talked, like I did on the first stream, about how different it is in my professional organizations when we do our conferences. And anybody wants to understand what I'm talking about can visit safeevolution.com, safeevolution.com. And you'll see that whatever this NanoCon process is bullshit. But nevertheless, here's the thing though. How is he allowed to stay in touch with her? And then he has all these hours and hours conversations with her. He starts his problematic contact on the phone the morning after. And so when he's then, I'm just trying to draw it out for you. So then when he's going to say, believe her and let's do whatever she wants, that allows him to appear apologetic, remorseful, open to accountability, while at the same time, he's socially massaging her into a position of not holding him accountable. Meanwhile, you then have a lot of these other people who are swooping in right away in their communications with her and with her sister, and they start moving in ways, to think about other things and all of this stuff. And so there's this failure of this victim, and we know this is part of the victim response. And then people keep using it against her instead of realizing the victim should not be making these decisions.
Because that's not the only option, is why people are coming to other conclusions, right? Because somebody who wants to give the appearance of innocence could do that, but also someone who's innocent may do that also.
No, I'm not even saying the appearance of innocence. I'm saying exactly the opposite. I'm saying it's the appearance of remorse. It's the appearance of accountability. It's the appearance of, I accept whatever the consequences are, which, first of all, what does that say? Because unless y'all are again saying he's accepting the consequences of her lying, It sounds like he was saying he says believe whatever she says about him assaulting her, or he's willing to accept the consequences of the assault, or else what is he saying he's willing to accept responsibility for? And in any case, once that accusation is made, yes, every organization and person deserves to be dragged for allowing him to have that inappropriate contact with her over the vocal objections of her sister.
But not her.
Of course not her. See, Joe, that's where you're not trauma
Well,
informed, bro.
I mean,
No, I'm sorry. That's just where you don't know what you're talking about.
You can't take somebody's rights away like that. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at.
But the point is that the accountability supersedes that. So yes, even if her sister is not able to say no, other people should be stepping in when they hear that and saying, "Hey, Nancy, if you care about Nancy, this is what I mean. You guys are using the victim's state in this very traumatic, vulnerable state where there's a lot of stuff going on with this person, and we're using her as an excuse to not address what happened in the community, in the organization, and at the event. And that is the unacceptable part. That is community failure. Because Joe, imagine it was a shooting. Imagine it was a shooting. Joe, if somebody shot your wife, do they get to come to you and say, Joe, should we press charges? Or do they call the cops because a murder just happened?
Right.
Okay, same thing. A sexual assault happened. The right move was to pick up the phone, call 911 immediately. Not to turn to a victim in a traumatic state and then make it the victim's choice. That is, everybody who is saying that and then making it about their consent is literally revealing to you that they do not understand how this works.
But the claim being made, though, is that, well, look, man, I don't want to try this thing like this. I don't want to do it. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to do it like this. I feel like because of my personal experience with whatever, I don't want to drag those things out here like that. Like it's been said, you can go watch Jay's stream.
Sure. Okay.
I don't, sorry, man. It's like, because again, I would be making any conclusions I could make here. All right. So
Casey said we don't get to make police reports for other people during, sure, afterwards. No, I just said during. What is the problem? As soon as it was reported, the police should have been called, and that should not have been on the victim. It should not have been on Patty. It should not have been on the witnesses. That's another thing people miss about this, right? So, Joe, let me just put you like this. I fucks with you, we're friends, right?
Yeah.
Let's say somebody fucking whoops your ass. I'm just making this up. We had a conference, a bunch of motherfuckers jump you. All right. Yeah. Now I find you, or maybe I saw what happened, right? And I decide to prioritize you, right? I decide, bro, do you need medical treatment? Bro, do you need to go to the hospital? No. Bro, like, are you gonna be okay? And you're like, nah, I just want to get out of here. All right, let's dip. Let's just leave. I'm going to my shit. I'm checking out my hotel room. Come on, bro. We driving back to Kentucky right now. Come on, let's go. We out of here, right? Because I'm prioritizing our friendship, right? I'm prioritizing our relationship, and I'm prioritizing you. But when the word gets out about the motherfucking incident, and there was just a serious assault on you, the rest of these motherfuckers better have called the cops immediately. And so what I'm trying to say, y'all, is community has to understand that different folks have different roles. Well, we have to allow Patty, let me just finish this real quick. We have to allow Patty, the sister, probably Stacy, Drew, maybe other people who found her or first heard her story, right? To prioritize her, maybe to the exclusion of we're not participating in legal. I think these people did, they filed reports or whatever, but let's just say they prioritize her and she says, I don't want to go any further. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to get out of here, right? They should be able to do that while the rest of the community or the organization or the bystanders or the people who heard about it said, yo, we just heard about a serious assault at our event. Boop, 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 911. Yeah, we just heard about a sexual assault at such and such state park. Please show up. You know what I'm saying? We have to get to the point where we understand that.
Well, I think with this particular crime, that's usually handled a bit different because, like, man, I don't know how to I don't know how to get into this without like, because it's very close to my personal life, and it's not something that I really want to share. But like, I don't know, like, I know that a lot of times there's victims that don't wish to have these things
Ember, shut
reported.
the fuck up, you dumbass fucking grifter. You're fucking here. You fucking took me out of fucking context. You're the one who fucking clip farms motherfuckers to put me in your goddamn transphobic bullshit ass commercial. Help me not die. Help me not die. Fuck off, Ember. You are such a motherfucking grifter.
What are
You
you
have
talking
made
about?
yourself the fucking victim here. Ember's bitch
Oh,
ass. Shut the fuck
okay.
up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Like, I was like,
Shut up, Joe,
what, I thought you
godless
were
engineer.
me.
You're a
I
fucking
was like,
coward. Shut up. You and your goddamn wife, Casey, have been all over these people. Shut up. And Maya Atkinson, nobody gives a fuck. Shut up. Shut up, Maya. You're fucking ridiculous. Always moving in proximity. You sent me fucking direct messages claiming there's fucking video evidence from Casey, and y'all were lying. Why doesn't anybody want to see that, Joe? Why won't anybody ask these fucking flying monkeys for proof that the shit didn't happen?
hey, that's the position I've held the whole time, Jay. Is like I want to see, I want to
And
show.
when they don't show it, you gotta now roll with they don't show it because they ain't got it. They ain't got it. It happened, Joe. That's all I'm telling you, bro. Bro, it happened. And regardless of how Nancy feels, and you gotta remember, Nancy checked out according to y'all. This is supposed to be so traumatic for Nancy, but then y'all also tell us Nancy checked out and doesn't have any touch with the community. So if Nancy no longer has contact with the community, why are you so worried about Nancy for? Like, she out here over here. What are we gonna do in here about what happened? What are we gonna do to stop this from happening to other people going forward? Y'all's solution, hey, if that victim doesn't want to talk about it anymore, if that victim doesn't want to provide us evidence, if that victim doesn't want to come on stream and talk about it, if that victim doesn't want to show us their police report, then because of our efforts to support and protect that victim, we're not going to address as a community what happened at that event, what happened with these organizations, the fact that that sister reached out to people and documented not only what happened, but the problematic coerciveness afterwards. And we're all just going to say it's all good because that's the way we support we support victims by blaming them for our inability to address systematic issues and to prevent further issues going forward. That's how we support victims. Go team.
So, you know, and I hate to, I feel almost cheesy doing this, but
the sister lied. The sister is a liar. You see it right there from KC. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying for real, bro. Imagine this happening to your wife and somebody saying her sister was lying, bro. Just for real.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. Like, so based on the information that people have, they make decisions about what they believe to most probably be the case in something. And I think that both sides of this conversation are extremely lacking in that. That's my position. Now, there are claims here that these things are out there, and I'm sure they will make their way to where they need to be. And that's why I've reserved like jumping to any major conclusions on it. I don't think that I would never call someone a liar about an event unless I have stuff to prove that was the case. I would never do that. But I would also never call someone a rapist without the same thing. And that's, that's my position on it. And, like, maybe that's riding the fence. Like maybe it is. That's where I'm at though, man. Like, I don't know. Like, and I know that Patty said these things and other people have said that there's things that contradict that exist. And I would love to see those things myself, or I would love to see the paperwork from the investigation. No
Joe, why? I honestly wouldn't. I mean, they keep sending it to me, but I think that's a huge part of the problem, bro. Like, and again, like Sumami tried to call it out, and I will say this again: you don't get to pick and choose your whistleblowers, gang. If other people don't call thing out, and we get stuck with the rude and loud whistleblowers, that's who you got. Myself, I have to admit, sometimes I'm a bit sloppy, and I got other things going on, and I get overwhelmed, and I wish sometimes I had a professional crew and staff to make everything right and tight, but I got my own shit going on in life.
We
I got
could do a badass thing.
hell yeah. So sometimes I'm like, look, I rather do something rather than nothing. I'd rather get a C plus for doing the right thing than an A plus for spending the rest of the fucking month planning and not doing anything. So anyway, like,
what happens? What happens? Just
go ahead.
What happens if it does? If there is sufficient evidence to conclude that this is unsubstantiated, what happens then?
Oh, we should. I said this all the time. We should go out the ante. And I'm not with any of y'all with the let it go shit. Fuck that. Press charges. We should sue. I might sue. I might go out there myself. Go out there myself. Oh hell yeah. No. If this sufficient evidence come out, this shit ain't no true. What? I'm suing the fuck out the apostate system. I'm about to get paid like that. Got me out here in the streets support. No, I don't play around like that. No. If she's trying to ruin this man's reputation over sexual assault that didn't happen, show me. Oh yeah. Oh no. Proof comes out it didn't happen. Oh, we get a little video evidence and she trips and falls and they laughing and playing the whole time and it's consensual little choke play and she's all into it and she's trying to pull him in and take her into Patty's room and do the BDSM in the room with Patty and the niece. Oh yeah, y'all need to press them charges. I need to press them charges. And I'm going to show up. I'm going to talk about all the damage it's done to my reputation, the damage it's done to my mental health, all the time, hours, and resources, all the tears I've cried, the therapy I'm going to have to go to. Oh, yeah, no. If Nancy lying, I'm about to get paid like that. Let's go. Let's go. SR, come on, bro. SR, you keep me from my motherfucking payday, bro. Get out here and tell us she lying. Sorry, go ahead.
You know, I mean, you do know how these things work and that, like, it's slow. Right, like even if there's, let's say the police have video evidence and nobody else has it, filing a FOIA request and stuff, it might take you a fucking year to get that. Like, I think they have 90 days to respond or something, but you don't usually get it within. They have some, oh, we're too busy and they're allowed to say that and all this other shit. But like, that's just for me. I think being a skeptic has to given the things that are being said everywhere by everyone, I think it puts me in the position to where I just have to say I don't know, man.
So, all right, but here's the question, though. So, again, it happens to your wife. Unfortunate, but we're going with that hypothetical.
I know that. Like, that's
okay, so, but let's say it happens again. And it happened, let's just put it in the same situation. It happens in that situation at NanoCon. Now, obviously, you believe her, right? She comes to you and says this happened, right? You believe her?
Yeah.
You riding with it, right? And you also probably understand, hey, maybe she didn't want to say anything at the time because y'all are married, and right? Because I had to think about this. For real. Let me keep it you in the first because I had to think about the husband thing, right? They talk a lot about the husband. Let's keep the husband thing for real. Let's imagine my wife does this to me, but I don't know. She's cheated on me. She cheated on me, y'all. Cheated on me. And I find out allegedly this happened and she was stepping out on me, right? Now I'm mad as hell. I'm potentially embarrassed. Right? Like, I'm like, how could you step out on me, right? But when she comes and she keeps it real with me, like, yeah, honey, I was fucking around on you. I really shouldn't have been doing that, but this is what happened, right? So now I got to come to her support. Now, I know alleged, I'm believing her. It may or may not happen, but I'm believing her. I'm embarrassed that she cheated on me, right? But I got to kind of set that aside and say somebody violated her consent, right? Allegedly. Right, Joe? Somebody violated her consent. Yeah. And, also she was allegedly attacked, right? So I have to set aside that issue, right? And come husband. And when I come husband, I got to support her. She needs therapy. We need to go to counseling. She wants to file charges. She wants to sue. She wants to do whatever. She wants to cut herself, whatever it is, right? Now, my point here is in saying, imagine you're dealing with all of that and you stomach it. And you say, I'm going to set aside the fact that I'm hurt. I'm going to support my wife and what she's going through. But now nobody in the community believes her. Are you comfortable with a bunch of strangers sending text messages and all this shit that she's lying and going into Discord chats and telling people it never happened and that there's video evidence that she's lying? And then the real question, here comes the real question. Would you then find it fair for other people to demand that you, her husband, prove to them it happened? Show them the police reports, show them whatever video you've seen, show them whatever you know about the legal procedures, show them anything the organizations may have communicated with you. Would you really think that that was us being a community? Would you say that it's acceptable for us to demand that because we're skeptics?
I think that absent any other claims and nuance, no. But whenever you do have other people who have been involved, who claim to have these things, who have talked directly to people involved in stuff, who say something different, flip it around the other way, man. Like, you just, like, a minute ago, like, you know, you were pissed off with everybody in chat, and I, you know, okay, I'm not giving you shit. I'm just saying this happened. Like, you're mad at everybody in chat and said a bunch of shit, and it turns out that this isn't a thing. Like, all of that stuff, all of those threats and all of that bullshit then is worse the other way. And it's like, because there is this conflicting, these claims of conflicting information, which nobody has provided any of that on either side. People have talked about it and stuff, and I see you and I get it, like, but nobody has provided that either way, but they say that it exists. So I really have a problem putting myself in a position to where I would do those things, knowing that there is the possibility of it turning out a different way. And again, this is based on my limited knowledge, and the whole reason that I didn't want to try this that way.
Well,
right?
that was the hypothetical I was proposing. So, like I said, to be clear, I said people in the community are not believing that this happened to your wife. They're doubting her story. They're claiming she is a liar. So what you're saying is, since they're claiming that, them claiming that she's a liar puts out this conflicting narrative, and so now you're okay having to provide that documentation to them because there's this conflicting narrative.
Me having a firsthand conversation with my wife, girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, like, is a bit different in that situation, right? So these are not equivalent.
But my question is, if you recognize that her telling you is enough reason for you to believe her, why isn't you telling us reason enough to believe you? Remember when Ember was assaulted? This is part of why people went at Ember. Did Ember ever show us evidence that Ember was assaulted? No, I didn't. Or maybe she showed some people, but I never saw any evidence of it. Why did I believe Ember was assaulted? Because Ember said she was assaulted. That's it.
Did anybody suggest that there was evidence saying that she wasn't?
No.
I mean, and that's
but again, nobody has been able to provide any evidence that Nancy wasn't.
Either way, we have Patty has said this.
No,
right?
You're missing my point. You're missing my point. Just because people claim that something didn't happen, just because there's claims on this doesn't, you know this, anything asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. So just because people are running around saying it didn't happen, if they can't show you that it didn't happen, again, the default position should be to believe the victim. And yes, the victim's word alone should be enough. That's my problem here. My problem here is we have to understand that it's completely unacceptable. We cannot call ourselves, and maybe y'all are having an identity crisis. I really do. I think people in this community are having an identity crisis. They are caught between their skepticism and their debate philosophy bro terminally online culture and their desire to see themselves as people who create structures, communities, and institutions that support victims of violent assault. The reality is the people in this space do not have the lived experience, expertise, or organizational capability of doing so. But one of the reflections that the community is not where it needs to be is that this community is demanding so much more from this victim in order to believe, when the reality is that is not our role. Our role is not to be the investigators and finders of fact. Our role should be the apostate sisters, bro. The apostate sisters said SR assaulted Nancy. We should therefore believe that unless somebody can prove otherwise, and the burden of proof needs to be on them.
To prove the burden of proof needs to be on them to say that if they're making the claim that she lied, yes. So here's the thing. If given all things being equal, a claim
Shut
is
up,
made.
Casey. Patty has talked to Nancy more than you. You are not closer to Nancy than Patty. And you're just you're a disgusting fucking human being for continuing to say that. Huh?
So you dismiss whatever Nancy said to her?
Yes, because Patty, yes, because Patty is closer. Patty has more information. Patty has dealt with her since. So if she retracted her story at some point and said that shit to Casey, if Nancy said that shit to Casey, when Patty comes back and says, yeah, and Patty has not lied about anything. Patty has said, yes, she cut me off for a time. We had a falling out over it. She didn't talk to me for a while. Yes, she was in contact. Patty has never, ever denied that, not fucking one time. But what these motherfuckers are and they're not being honest, why isn't fucking Nancy talking to them? Nancy's not talking to them because, like I revealed on my stream, she feels betrayed by them. She didn't call all their names out, but Casey is absolutely one of the women Nancy is referring to when she says she's feel betrayed. So y'all are literally going, well, the people she feels betrayed by are telling us we shouldn't listen to her.
Look, though.
Joe, it's what you're doing, Joe. It's what you're doing.
Listen to me for a second.
Go read the Facebook thread. The information's there. Go read the Facebook thread and watch Casey throw her under the bus.
Okay, but listen, if I contact...
Shut up, Casey, you fucking coward.
If I contact Nancy and she tells me one thing and then Patty comes and says it's something different, that's when I'm at... There's an impasse there where I have a question that needs to be answered.
These people have not talked to Nancy since like August, probably September. Patty talked to her yesterday.
I seen a thread where they had been talking to
John,
Nancy.
shut your bitch ass up. I don't give a fuck. I called your wife out. Let her stand on her own too, bro. And you stand on your two for what you did. Fuck out of here. Yeah. No, because there's a lot of that shit. They want to beat their chest over their wives, over their kids. Y'all have been called out for dogpiling on this witness.
But see, they're both sitting here telling you, yes, we have talked to this person. And this is what was said. Yeah, you can't expect if
I understand that. Nobody's disagreeing with that. I've seen what was said. I've read the shit that was sent to them. They don't know that. I think I saw y'all everything. I told y'all. We just showed y'all a little bit. We just showed y'all just enough, again, just to give you another chance. That's all we did. We was just giving y'all a little sneak peek just to give you a chance to back up on that of it. Trust me, I done seen more receipts than I care to show.
Playing games just to be able to...
Bro, it ain't about playing games. It's about literally there's too much of it. There's too much of it. It ain't irresponsible. It ain't irresponsible. No, it's because I'm much closer to Patty and I have to move in accordance with what is determined to be what is shareable and not shareable for certain purposes at certain times.
That's not what you said.
Bro, I kept it all the way real with you. Why just because it's not what I said means that it's inconsistent with what I'm saying? I'm telling you, what I am telling you is I have way more fucking receipts. I have actually seen GE's communication with people as part of this. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying I didn't show everything on the motherfucking stream last night because we're not authorized to show everything at this time. And it's way too much. Remember, I had to do 2 streams. It was like, I did that because it was too much. And I didn't even go over everything I wanted to in detail the way I wanted to, nor did I provide commentary about the things I was going over the way I wanted to.
You pissed me off and I got the first one restricted. I'm sorry. Like
you should pull it back. Y'all supposed to be so skeptical and leave everything out there, but as soon as y'all hear shit y'all don't like, y'all rush to your lawyers and channel strikes and terms of service violations. Undo it. You can hit up YouTube and say I'm sorry, I was wrong. Let that go. Come on, bro. We're supposed to be skeptics. Leave it out there.
I still think that I don't think that my position has changed. I mean, I don't.
So censor me? So censor us?
No. What I'm saying is like, and I don't give a shit about like, even when I talked about that, like when it happened, it was like, yeah, I don't even like, whatever. But okay. But the I don't. I think that maybe not with the reading of different things, but um, what was happening there, I do think it qualifies as bullying. I think that was definitely going on during that stream.
Dude,
Uh,
did you read the chat? Where's the bullying? Did you read the
yeah,
live chat?
yeah,
You
yeah.
mean so you mean we were being bullied, right?
Well, I mean, like I think that
We dragged motherfuckers. What's up? Tsunami wanted to go live and drag motherfuckers. We went live and drag motherfuckers. Again, y'all are so skeptical. Y'all are okay. Let's just be clear. Y'all are okay with SR assaulting Nancy. He doesn't need to be called out. He doesn't need to be held in account. He can be a leader. He can be promoted. We can do streams called secular community building, literally featuring SR. But just to be clear, so SR is good to go. His golden ticket is signed, sealed, delivered. Y'all are good sending him super chats. You're good supporting all the organizations that platform him. You're good going to his events. But I'm a fucking asshole because I called out the motherfucking flying monkeys who've been defending. I'll live with that. I'm cool. Yes, I called motherfuckers out. I wanted to hurt people's feelings. I wanted to insult motherfuckers. Y'all deserve it. Y'all are trash. And understand something. I don't give a fuck about this community. I'm not trying to maintain relationships. I don't give a fuck. Again, y'all are speaking about your white privilege. Only really privileged motherfuckers die of divisiveness. I think y'all are so fucking privileged. It must be so fucking nice that divisiveness is the fucking risk to y'all motherfucking lives. I'm just telling you, Joe. I'm not trying to be a dick. I want these people to know. I'm not trying. I don't want their permission. I didn't ask for anybody's. I didn't ask for y'all white ass permission to whitewash my shit. I don't need y'all fucking permission to speak the way I speak, to drag who I want to drag, to say what I want to say. The question is, when are y'all gonna show up for Nancy and Patty? When are y'all gonna start getting real about what happened? Y'all know he assaulted her, and you refuse to say or do anything about it. And Joe, that's why I said what I said about you, Joe, because you are comfortable calling out the divisiveness, but you don't seem comfortable calling out the assault.
Because I don't know. But the let me adjust something you said now that you've taken us down this road, because that's kind of where I was trying to get you to here is you brought up Hitchens Razor a minute ago, and there was Hitchens whatever, but Matt had commented on this before and talked about
no, Nitty, fuck off, bitch. I'm saying I don't give a fuck about these flying monkeys. Nitty, right, fuck you, Nitty. No, Nitty said the guy who just had a huge stream about community, I don't give a fuck. No, I'm saying I don't care about these people calling me liars, telling me I'm being divisive, trying to police my motherfucking language. Y'all are not my friends. I'm not in community with y'all. I'm boycotting every single organization. I would not be caught dead at one of these motherfucking functions because y'all motherfuckers would probably try to do some shit to me. And the way y'all treat Nancy, nah, I would never be caught dead at one of y'all events because one of y'all motherfuckers might do some crazy ass shit to me, and y'all would gaslight me the same fucking way. So what I'm saying is all of these motherfuckers who are talking shit about me, I don't give a fuck what they think. Yeah, I'm still part of this community. I do more to build community than y'all motherfuckers every goddamn day, and I'm the only motherfucker out here who's been a real professional fucking community organizer. Thank you very much. You're lucky to have me, but fuck you very much because you're no longer welcome. Like, I don't give a shit about y'all. Fuck off. Y'all are disgusting, monstrous fucking human beings who are literally essay apologists.
There's an adjustment to Hitchens Razor that was proposed that I think
Lil, I don't even know who you are. I don't even know you people. I don't know any of you. None. I know like Nitty. Like, shut up.
I've been trying to say this for a while. Like, so look, there's been a way that this has changed where claims made without sufficient evidence, right? That's and I think that it's important. I think that word is important in there, right?
Joe, do you? Bro, I used to work in a prosecutor's office. Please explain to me what you think the law considers sufficient evidence to pursue a crime.
In this case, it would be beyond a reasonable doubt.
No, oh my God. But, oh my God, you're fucking vile. It's not yes, but what is beyond a reason? Y'all, that's where y'all are. Y'all are literally beyond a reasonable doubt. You literally don't. And what would the burden of proof then be in a civil case?
Preponderance
of the evidence. So you're saying maybe she should sue him instead?
That's between them and their lawyer.
My point is, let's set the law aside, criminal or civil. But my point is this: you are. There's literally. This is what you're done. You've literally, again, they got to wear AI glasses. You've literally refused to understand that if there isn't video evidence for something, that does not mean beyond a reasonable doubt does not mean you see it or it didn't happen. Beyond a reasonable doubt means beyond reasonable to be it would be beyond reasonable to conclude that the crime did not happen. Now
there are conflicting claims.
There are not really conflicting claims. There's nothing about the conflicting claims suggests that it didn't happen. Even when Nancy says, no, nope, you're missing it. You're not being honest. The victim themselves never said it didn't happen. The victim said she forgave him. The victim said she didn't want to pursue charges at one time. The victim said she wanted people to move on. The victim said she didn't want him to be canceled. She said those things. She did not say it didn't happen. She did not say it didn't happen. And these motherfuckers themselves, yes, at one point she did. You're right. At one point she did like recant and say, oh, maybe we fell. But again, she didn't say the entire thing didn't happen. She just misremembered some of the details. And she also regained clarity about exactly what happened. So if y'all are going to tell, if you're going to tell, no, it doesn't matter, Joe. If you're going to tell that story, then tell that story. Today, she says it happened. You're using because dude, what you're doing is literally victim blaming. You are literally blaming. You're saying you're saying I don't believe the victim because the victim story changed, bro. You're literally so
you're wanting me to say that. So
do you believe her? Do you think it happened? It's a yes or fucking no question, you coward. Did it happen or not, Joe? What do you think?
There's an I don't know option
Peace
there,
out.
and I really don't know. I don't.
Thanks. You're a bitch made.
Right on.
Right on. Fucking ass.